Hello Exiles, this is Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming and welcome to another Path of Exile video. In today's video I'm going to go over my Frost Blades Surfcaster. It's day 1, it's been a little over 24 hours, currently level 85, current play time is 13 hours 21 minutes, current deaths 6, so about 3 of them were to a single boss. Little tip, I guess, or I'll just start off with a little, I guess, warning. So certain things here. Okay, map bosses have a 6% chance to be surrounded by tormented spirits. This was one of the first idols I got, and it didn't proc for a little bit. Procced on a Roa boss at some point, and a bunch of ghosts possessed it, and I wasn't strong enough to kill it. I tried to kill it 3 times. It killed me 3 times. And that didn't work out so well. So about half my deaths were from that single boss. I now do not have any of those in my current setup, but in the beginning I wanted to throw as many idols into my map device as possible in order to get the increased maps found. So for every slot filled up you get 2% increased maps found in area. That was going to help me kind of advance a little bit. The other thing I'm using is I currently have 16.5% chance for maps to become 1 tier higher. I only have 2 small ones with that so far. I'm looking for more, and I've been mostly focusing on, I've been doing beasts, I've been doing June missions, and I've been doing harvest, have been kind of the primary mechanics. You don't get too much of a choice in the beginning. I also pretty much get Legion. I mean, the small idols in particular, a lot of them just throw a lot of different mechanics onto your map. So you'll have like increased blight encounter and that kind of thing, and you'll have all sorts of just additional chances of certain things to appear on your map. I got a lot of blight encounter, so I end up running into blight a decent amount as well. Best oil I've gotten is a black oil, and I've just only gotten 1 blight map so far. Rituals, I've been doing rituals. I actually have a decent couple of divination cards. I got 4 divination cards that out of the set of 9 or 10, I don't remember how many, but the one that gives you 2 divine orbs. So I have I have like half of that, so about 1 divine coming worth of divination cards in a ritual going forward. But yeah, I'm gonna go over kind of my setup. Currently about 1400 armor, a little over 3300 evasion. I've actually been running the entire time without grace. I wanted to see how it went, and so far it seems to be doing okay. I think having grace would be very helpful still, but kind of compensating for it a little bit. Almost maxed on spell suppress, by the way. In fact, I think I could literally just take a small, oh nope, I don't have any more small nodes. Yeah, and that's also at max health, taking Revenge of the Hunted, so I guess I'm still 14% off. But I've been stacking some block chance, so I think I'm nearly max block, if I recall. Yeah, 63%, no spell block yet. With the help of this shield that I got pretty early on, it is item level 57. I got this literally in the campaign, been using it. I have some really bad gear already, or still, but I need chaos resist, so here I am running this. At least it's got a decent amount of damage. Just got this ring, really big upgrade. I got it from June, or as a veiled item, so I have 2 lightning damage rolls, a cold damage, or 2 cold damage rolls and a fire damage roll on it. So lots and lots and lots of damage on that thing. My tooltip DPS unbuffed and everything is 126k. I think it hits about 300k with all buffs up and everything. So so far that's going okay. No idea what my POB is. You'll probably see it when I upload it along with this video. But map completion 33, so still working my way through that. Got a lot of lower level ones that I need to go back and grab at some point, but I think I'm just going to kind of rush my way up through here. for the most part. And that is, oh yeah, I have a lot of Sacred Grove chants too, which I mentioned. And currency wise, not doing so great. I haven't really been selling anything. I've only been using the currency exchange. I kind of just, yeah, I think I need to get into endgame before I can make a decent amount of currency, but I'm saving up for a heat shiver. Unfortunately, my current helmet is one of my better pieces so far, so I'll be replacing that, but it'll definitely be worth it to have, 60% more damage, basically, really big. I put Testudo on my amulet, so that contributes a lot to the block chance, which 63%, so nearing max on that. And I get 30 life when I block, which is pretty frequently. So even though my evasion is kind of low at the moment, it's mostly okay, I think, specifically because of that. I got a 5-link. I just bought a 5-link and then harvest crafted it for, I think I needed lightning resist at the time. So, and I got a good lightning resist roll, and I got really lucky with the physical damage reduction as well. And I got block attack damage. I have this pair of gloves is pretty good. It's got decent life roll, some damage, plus I got lucky with the ember that I put on it and got some more damage. And then chaos resist. Belt's not bad. The only piece of gear I've bought so far, or that I've actually purchased, is the body armor, because I just couldn't seem to find or get with the boat, which I've only sent out like 2 or 3 shipments, so that's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I bought this 5-link as is, so it's item level 83. Most of my gear is quite low item level. 51, yeah. Got a lot of it pretty early on. So then the claw, I got this claw. I've actually gotten a good amount of claws. This one is doing the best for me so far. In fact, I don't think it's enough without heat shiver that I could do go to Trinity. In fact, I'm pretty certain of that. However, once I get heat shiver, I should be able to put Trinity on with this much fire damage on my claw. I don't have an enchant on it yet. I spent my enchants on previous claws that I've had. So yeah, I've had a couple of pretty okay claws. This was kind of my campaign claw. I had a couple of like lower level ones that I did trying to get crit chance. And then the last two that the last one I was using is this one, which is crit chance, attack speed, good cold damage roll, a little bit of fire damage. It wasn't bad, but this one turned out to be a little higher damage and has LE Pen, which is very noticeable, the 16% that I got from, unveiling that. Really good. I also crafted this one, but it turns out that it's currently worse than this, even prior to the elemental pen. So I just it's just sitting here. Maybe I could sell some of these. I always hoard stuff at the beginning of a league, so I have a bunch of random nonsense in here that is not super good. Got a little bit of a damage murderous eye jewel, the only one I've found so far. I do have abysses. I haven't found an abyssal depth yet. Don't really have much going on for essences. This is my map pool. So far, I have 1 tier 7. I have 1 completed tier 7, or 2 completed tier 7s. Just 1. And then I have channel that I'll do. And other than that, I have a little bit of a stockpile of tier 6s to fall back on, but I am running kind of low on those. So I need to work up my map sustain a little bit. Hopefully I get more of the idols that do the tier 1 to 15 maps found to have a chance to become 1 tier higher. That would be great. That would be very helpful. Other than that, my skill tree. Skill tree is pretty much standard. I am taking prowess. I needed to take prowess even with all of the strength on my amulet, and I have I did have crafted strength on my boots, but I changed that around because I didn't need it anymore. Heavy belt and everything. Even with all that, I still needed prowess to wear the full Wyvern scale, and that'll be the case until basically I get my historic jewel to put in here. Pretty much, any Karui historic jewel will do to give the strength for the points that are allocated. And yeah, that's the gear for the most part. Links, of course, Frostblade, Multi-Strike, Nightblade, elemental damage with attacks and added cold currently. Then I'm running Double Herald, Thunder and Ice. Since it's all converted into cold damage, it's it's just all pure damage, helps with the freezes. Oop, that's my offhand stuff, like leveling my Trinity and whatnot. Then I have Whirling Blades, Momentum, Faster Attacks, Fortify, Life Tap, Mark on Head, Assassin's Mark, Frostblink with Bone Chill, got Wrath, got Precision. I got Automation set up with Blood Rage and Immortal Call. I'm trying Immortal Call this time around. I am going to eventually make my Anoint be Deflection, which will give me endurance charges, and therefore, in theory, Immortal Call with more duration should be up more often. Should be able to keep Immortal Call up most of the time. The less physical damage taken also helps mitigate Blood Rage, which, since I don't have, other than the 4% on my body armor very much, I drain pretty quickly with Blood Rage. So that's very helpful with that. And that is all of my links. So not really sure what I'm going to do from there, but I'm just gonna, and then we have King's March. So King's March currently, if I take a look, does it let me look at the levels of my things here? Farming plot 3, farming plot 5. No. So I'll just run to King's March, and then I'll do an example map, and I'll kind of show this, because I've of course been building up my King's March. I think I'm doing a decent job. I definitely need a lot more gold generation. Currently I'm averaging maybe a bit over 5,000 per map. All right. Yeah, 8,000, so I'll be able to fix that. But yeah, I'm currently rank 6 recruitment. I want to get this to rank, I think it's 10 as soon as possible. It's currently rank 7, but once you get this to rank 10, you'll get amount of gold equal to the minerals you get from every map every time you do it. So that usually at end game, if I recall, it's like an extra like 1,500 or so on average. Currently rank 6 farming as well, and currently rank 8 smelting. So smelting is up there. I can't upgrade this until I get a life rune, but currently rank 2 rune smithing. Actually, I should see if I can actually craft anything with the rune. I can't. So the rune I have doesn't even work. It's from a later one. Boat currently rank 6. I don't really need to ship to Kalgur, so that's not super important. Recombinator rank 1, just unlocked that. And then disenchanting rank 3, and I've just been taking my stuff from shipments that I wasn't going to use and throwing it in here. And most of it is decent dust. I'm up to a little over 41k, so working my way up there. I'm going to need millions of dust at some point, so got to make sure I build that up. So that is what my King's March is looking like. Go ahead here and run a map. And there's a lot of stuff in the maps. I think I'm gonna kind of limit myself a little bit to how much I do, just so I'm not sitting here forever doing all of this. So I'll probably do the harvest, and maybe that's it. Oh, and I'll do Einhar too, but I'm not gonna do the blights at the moment. We got some fusings, which I can't click. I've been having troubles clicking on items in PoE 1. I don't know if the cursor size is different or what. And I got used to something from PoE 2. Yeah, let's speed this up a little bit. Okay. I'll ignore the Legion too. I don't need to be doing the Legion. or the Abyss. Yeah, we'll just run through and do the boss. And if I feel like it, I can go back and do all that afterwards. Actually, I should probably do that since this is my highest map. But just kind of show... Oh, there's a strand. Want that. Oh, I already have that completed anyway. Alright. We got a Syndicate here. And as you can see, damage is okay. Seems pretty good. It's not bad. I'll go deal with those afterwards. Just go show the boss real quick here. Alright. Yeah, and boss damage is pretty good too. So, there you go. That was, I mean, obviously I skipped a lot of the map, but really quick. Once you get to the point where you're speed clearing, you can really blast with this build without much. I guess I didn't go over Ascendancy and these either. I currently have Soul of Aracali, specifically to help with Blood Rage. Just less damage over time taken, and damage over time overall can be one of the hardest things early on. I'm going to switch over to Soul of the Brine King as soon as I can capture Captain Tanner Lightfoot to get the 100% chance to avoid being frozen. I could also craft that on my boots, I believe. I don't remember if it's a prefix or suffix, but if it's an open suffix and I get my chaos resist a little higher elsewhere, then I could craft 100% chance to avoid freeze. Actually, I don't know if it goes that high with the craft, but I could fit the rest with like an Abyss Jewel elsewhere. But yeah, just as planned, Ghost of the Deep first. Ghost of the Deep really sped up the leveling progress. I didn't clear the campaign too fast because I was also building up King's March, so I had it done, I think it was 7 hours to complete, which is not terrible, but could have been quicker. I wanted to make sure that I got shipping done by the time I got to endgame so I could have a chance on some decent upgrades, which I did get some good stuff through shipping. So that kind of paid off, helped smooth out my progression, even if it slowed it down a little bit. Then Stormy Seas. This has been enormously powerful, everything I thought it would be, honestly. You know, one of the most important parts of Frost Blades Trickster was always Yoke of Suffering. This just gives you a free Yoke of Suffering all the time, basically. Just absolutely huge. Glacial Wave seems to be good. I mean, we're already shocking, but it's really solid overall still, I would say. I just realized I forgot to take Mark the Prey. That's actually a huge amount of damage that I'm leaving on the table. Well, that's okay, because this also takes increased damage, which is similar to Shock and Glacial Wave here. And also, that way I can get the Mark Mastery, and then I can just swap Added Cold for Ice Bite, and then I don't have to run, then I don't have to run Blood Rage anymore. That actually fixes a lot of problems, so I'm probably going to try to transition that way. I'm pretty close to the point where I can start like cutting some of the fat currently on the build, so maybe I'll get to doing that, so that I can go ahead and make that transition, so I just don't have to worry about the degen all the time. It's just annoying. It's not that bad. As far as my next Ascendancy, I actually do have the pieces for it, but I got so used to PoE 2 where you are literally... So yeah, I got 2 offerings of the goddess, so I can go do that at some point. But I got so used to PoE 2 where you're like level 90 by the time you do your 4th Ascension that I kind of just didn't do it. I just kind of forgot about it, even though I've probably been able to do it for quite a while now. I'll probably just grab Sea Legs. If you don't know, if you're not playing a Surfcaster, all of the small nodes basically don't do anything. Chance to cause monsters to flee when you're perma-freezing everything is nothing. It does nothing. And then Rarity of Fish Caught, unless there's some secret mechanic I'm not aware of. So this class literally just doesn't have small nodes on the Ascendancy, which is pretty funny, but the big nodes are very powerful. So yeah, as far as what I'm considering, I don't think I'll go self-chill yet because I don't really want to set that up currently, and I don't know if I have the means to either. But It's between Sea Legs and Brinebound. I don't think Within the Tempest is going to be worth it. So this exists specifically so that you can use, I forget the body armor's name, it's been too long, but Impulsa. Yeah. So you can use Impulsa's whatever to like mass AoE clear everything, which is cool and helps with like the heralds and everything. And maybe I'll try that out later. But I think the most beneficial things are either going to be Brinebound or Sea Legs. And since I'm not even close to capped crit yet, and because crit's going to be such a large component of damage, especially since I should be moving some points into From the Shadows and the Dagger Mastery, I think Sea Legs is going to be far and away the best thing I can be doing next. Alright, so that's the build update. Hope you enjoyed, hope you're liking the league. I will hopefully have more to report tomorrow. I'm aiming for to get up to the point where I am altar farming, so gonna try to be Eater and Exarch before then, and establish like a good farming strategy, get my Heat Shiver. Those are kind of my goals at this point. And I think I should be okay for gear. I think this gear should probably take me at least into red maps. It might not take me all the way to tier 15s, but as I start to like quality my gems up and stuff too, that'll help, because the only thing I have any quality on currently is my Assassin's Mark to possibly generate some power charges. Oh, actually, I forgot to mention my flasks. I'll go over that quick too. Corrupted blood removal on Life Flask, pretty much what you always want. I have this extra Quicksilver because it was my only freeze and chill immunity thing on there, and I'm just pressing it manually. So this is what I press when I get frozen or chilled. Then I have a couple of I have Silver Flask and Quicksilver Flask, which I'm going to change because they're both very low item level, so they're just kind of here for now. And then I have a Rosethorn Tincture, which is giving me attack speed. I also have another tincture which has penetration and elemental damage with melee weapons, and in fact potentially could be better at this point, but I think I just want the really consistent crits for Nightblade and everything. So that's what I'm kind of sitting on currently. And as soon as I get the rest of my crit stuff sorted out, possibly after my next Ascendancy, I can either go Diamond Flask plus Prismatic Tincture once I get this replaced, or something along those lines. But I'm going to want more Instilling Orbs before I even try to do any of that. So there you go. That is all. Hope you're enjoying the league. This has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and I'll see you either tomorrow or the day after, depending on whether I feel like it's worth making an update. Bye.